Hey crafters, welcome back to another Crafty Creations video with Kalisha. Today we're going to be creating a Halloween themed wreath, so let's get started. For this wreath you will need a 14-inch frame, some 10-inch by 10-yard orange, green, and black mesh, ribbon, decorative spiders, and of course your sign. The first thing we're going to do is start by cutting our deco mesh. I've decided to use the black as my base, so I'm going to take my deco mesh, lay it across my cutting mat, and I'm going to cut my mesh at 30 inches long. I will need 18 strips of that, so let's get to cutting. Then you're going to take your orange and green mesh. You can cut them separately or together. I have decided to cut them together. So all you have to do is place one mesh over the other mesh, line it up, and then start cutting. You will need 12 bundles cut at 10 inches. Now that you have all your mesh cut, let's get started on making your croffle bundles. To make a croffle, all you have to do is take one end, roll 3 times, and take your clip to hold in place, and turn to the other side, rolling that edge 3 times. Then scrunch it all together till you get what looks like a ruffle with curls on the end. Then you'll place that on your frame, tying it down, and get started on your next bundle. Continue to repeat that step until you have all 18 chenille stems or pipe cleaners filled in with your croffle method. Once you have all 18 spaces covered or filled in, you can then start by moving your mesh around, covering up any empty spaces that may be there. Then you're going to take the green and orange mesh that you cut up earlier and start making curls. To make a curl, all you do is take one end and roll to the opposite end. It doesn't matter which color you place on top, just do it to your liking. Once you have your bundles made, then you're going to place it on the outside rim of your mesh ring. We're only using the outside 12. Now that we've finished applying all of our mesh, we're going to get our sign ready. I've glued 4 pipe cleaners to each corner of our sign. With a little help from a crafter called DIY with Nadia, I've learned that gluing either a piece of felt or ribbon to over your pipe cleaners works very awesome. So thank you, Nadia, for that idea. Now we're going to flip over our sign and we're going to place it in the center of our wreath, placing all 4 pipe cleaners down into the center. Then you're going to flip over your wreath and you're going to tie down your pipe cleaners. Not tightly, because you want to flip over your wreath just to make sure that your sign is where you'd like it to be. Once you figure out that your sign is where you like, then you may tie it down tightly. Once your sign is secured down, you can flip over your wreath and start moving your mesh around to make sure that you like the placement of your picture or sign. Then once you have it all fluffed out, once you're done with your sign and placing it where you'd like, now you may apply your ribbon. I've chosen to use the orange bat themed ribbon. I cut 12 pieces at 11 inches long. I folded it up in half just so I can know where my half center is. I scrunched it up to the middle and then I placed it on top of the curls, opening each one up to make it all seem as one. Repeat this step until each space is filled with your ribbon. Once I placed each ribbon in there, I tied it just a little bit and then I snipped off the excess pipe cleaner, folded it down so that it wouldn't stick out to hurt anyone if anyone was to rub their hands over it. Now let's get started on decorating our wreath. I've decided to use some orange and green spiders. To place the spiders on the wreath, I decided to place glue on the inside of the spiders and took a whole chenille stem or pipe cleaner, whatever you want to call it, and glued it to the inside. I waited on that glue to dry. Once the glue dried, I then placed each spider into the spot that I thought it would look best by pulling it through to the opposite end of my wreath. Once I had the spiders where I liked them, I then turned my wreath around and tied them to the back of the frame to keep them into place. And now you are all complete and finished with your wreath. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you liked my creations and can't wait to share more with you. Till next time, crafters.